Getting liposuction just got a whole lot easier. You can now have the procedure done in about 2 hours, and some patients have even gone right back to work. How is that possible, and are there any dangers? Michelle Charlesworth followed one patient to find out.
How is it possible, even safe, to get lipo and jump right back into life? To find out, we went with Jerilyn Paradiso. She walked in for surgery, was marked for liposuction, and actually stood for part of the procedure. 2 hours later, she got up and walked out. The traditional way of getting lipo, that's what this is, has now been fine-tuned and is called Power Lipo. Patients are awake the entire time, incisions are small, and patients, both women and men, see results faster.
I had a woman who we did liposuction on maybe 3 or 4 months ago, and she went out for dinner that evening.
Dr. Katz says the traditional way used to put patients out of commission for a week or more. He says this way, worst case scenario, they miss a day of work. The difference with Power is the use of this suction wand. It's called a cannula. As you can see, not only is it smaller, it also vibrates through the fat it's pulling out. And doctors say because the patient is not under general anesthetic and because it's more precise, it's better. But is it safe? According to a January article in the Journal of the American Medical Association, it is just as safe as traditional lipo. Fewer than 2% of patients experience a major complication.
Christmas present to yourself?
Yeah, just something that I always, do you want to spend the money on doing something like this, or could you do something else? You go on vacation, and then I decided I'm going to spend the money on doing something like this for me.
A few weeks later, that whim became reality. Jerilyn was in scrubs, ready to lose up to 2 dress sizes in just 2 hours.
Here I go. I'm ready.
Jerilyn hasn't done anything like this before. At 46, she is the mother of 4 grown children. This trip to Manhattan for surgery would be for her.
Go along. I like the fact that I'm awake. I like that I'm not being pumped with tons of fluid, which has to come out one way or another. And I just think the process will be a lot better. The healing will be a lot faster.
First step,
Does it tickle?
No.
was mapping out trouble spots.
Here, the hip roll and the side of the thigh is all going to be smooth.
Jump ahead 15 minutes to the operating room. This whole thing started at 3 o'clock. By 4:30, she'd be done.
This is the rough part.
This is the most painful part as the doctor sprays the anesthetic under the skin.
Not really painful, a little uncomfortable.
We treat a lot of people who work out all the time and still can't get rid of, love handles or hip, on the sides of the thighs.
You're still excited about this, right? No turning back.
Not at this point.
Now, about an hour into the procedure, there's something else that happens that is totally different from the old way of doing this. She's going to come off the table. You're still awake,
yes,
right?
Ma'am.
She's still totally awake. She's going to stand up, and they're going to finish with her standing. How do you feel? You good? Okay.
No.
Because Jerilyn is getting her upper hips and lower thighs done, this entire process took about 2 hours. Had it been one spot, it would have been half the time.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Jerilyn did end up taking the next day off, but after that, she was back to work. She had no complications, but as with any surgery, doctors do warn patients to weigh the risks. Now, at least, anyone wanting to lose a little fat has a new option. In Manhattan and Staten Island, Michelle Charlesworth, ABC7, Eyewitness News.
It is pretty amazing. Just 2 weeks after having liposuction, Jerilyn is doing fine. She is actually 2 dress sizes smaller. We are told the procedure costs $5,000.